remembrance of people such as Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, Sean Bell, and Oscar Grant, and other victims of violence and injustice in America. This event is also in support of the families of those who have been lost, and also the people who go unspoken each and every day in America.
It's hurt me so much to see that some people just don't care. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian. All that matters is that we treat each other with respect. We need to become understanding. Some people have different beliefs than we do. Some people have different thoughts than we do. But you know what? We have to respect those people. I see people that feel like they don't have a voice, and we need to give those people a voice.
I'm the voice for Ayanna Stanley Jones and Tamir Rice. I speak for the families of these young children, for these lives lost. I'm the voice for my younger brother and my nieces and nephews. Every day I fear for the life of my brother when he catches the bus and walks to school. I fear that he will be in the right place, but at the wrong time. I do not want to see the blood of my brothers and sisters run down onto Mother Earth, the place that I call home, my homeland. I want to see my brothers and sisters prosper because everyone is a somebody. Everybody's lives matter, no matter the race, gender, or religion.
The fact that we can organize an event in 2 days like this, I think it's really great, and I think it shows a lot of motivation. I was really touched that a lot of the people's responses to me helping organize, I sort of talked about how it was always difficult as a white ally to join people in this struggle and join people in this fight. And I hope that we can have more conversations about what it means to be a white ally.
The media portrays that all African Americans are like dangerous, or like Caucasians, or all races, or that Mexican Americans, or that Latinos or Hispanics are all gang members. You know, we all have to. We have to come as human beings and demonstrate that we all are here for each other. That we, just because we're some from Mexico, others from the United States, United Kingdom, anywhere, that we're all different. We're all different because we come from different places, but we're all alike because we're all human beings.
We're here to come together and recognize that families are hurting, that we are hurting.
When most people hear birds chirping, flowers blooming, and life's musical symphony booming in their eardrums, I'm now scarred with the sounds of silent sirens, gunshots that break the silence, and broken mother souls crying out for their lost sons. The violence stole him too soon. He had plans to go to school, you know, and I just can't understand why my baby had to go. And I know some of you thought this was my same poem again, and it is, but I just had to add a little spin because the topic at hand eats away at my soul. I look into the eyes of my little one, and I fear that I'll lose him behind the end of a gun. I'm paranoid that he'll be another nigga homicide, or that he will commit suicide after the world has stole his pride of being black. I look into those innocent eyes and I'm weak. So every day I pray that those innocent eyes don't make him weak, because the color of his skin has predestined him to be a victim to what's in these streets. So I educate those eyes so that they can see that he has to be wise and not meek when it comes to his life. But he will be confused when I boost his pride and turn around and force him to hide that pride, because that pride will be the cause of his demise. And him up dead with 6 warning shots, hands up, but it's justified.
To speak for those that have been silenced. To speak for those who feel as if they have no voice. 51 long years have passed since Dr. Martin Luther King stood in front of the Lincoln Memorial and gave his I Have a Dream speech. That dream has still not been fulfilled. When black and brown parents have to fear for the lives of their children and pray for their safe return home. When people assume that to be brown is to be dangerous. These issues still occur and nothing has changed. It is the lack of care for life, in particular the lives of black and brown people. I will never know what occurred on the day that Michael Brown died. We will never be able to gather all of the details and information. But what we do know is that a young life was lost.
All the people I knew from my childhood had positive interactions with the police, and they had good relationships. The police were not something to fear, but rather something to embrace. This is not the case for many people of color and of poverty in this country.
The land of the free, America, isn't free for us. It comes at the price of blood. The blood of our sons and our daughters. What happens if I don't want to pay? What happens if I don't want to raise my child to lift their hands in surrender every time a white cop stops them? What happens if I don't want to raise my child to think that they will always be the lesser, despite all that they will accomplish? What happens if I don't want to raise my child to fear the police, who in theory should protect them? What happens if I don't teach my child not to walk in large groups of other black children because it looks suspicious? What happens if I don't teach my child that if they encounter a bigot, they should keep their mouths shut, because freedom of speech doesn't always apply when the speaker is black? These questions aren't hypothetical. Black parents have been answering these questions for themselves for a long time. Every time a story like Mike Brown, Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, and Tamara Rice pops up on the news, black mothers and fathers always worry if their child is next. Black sisters worry if their brothers are next. I worry that my little brother, or even my father, might be next. I worry that I will be next.
The statement in response to Eric Garner's death, or the non-indictment to Eric Garner. We can't breathe. We can't breathe. And I looked at that, we can't breathe. And thought about the fact that there's many people, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, all different races, all different creeds, all different colors, that can't breathe today because of the type of world we live in. And can't breathe due to the injustices that we continue to see, the blatant injustices we continue to see. There's many of us that can't breathe. But when you can't breathe, you fight. When you can't breathe, you react. When you can't breathe, you push back. So my hope as a racial scholar, my hope as a father, my hope as a son, my hope as a brother, my hope as a black man, is that we as a community will continue to give voice to those who no longer have a voice. We can continue to push back about these issues, continue to put in the forefront the racial disparity and do something about it, and at least as individuals, if we cannot do it as an American society.
We say each person who is no longer with us, we ask that you say Ashe, and Ashe means so be it, as we remember those individuals. Sean Bell, born May 17, 1983, date of death November 25th, 2007, we say
Ashe. Oscar Grant, born February 27, 1986, died January 1st, 2009. We say Ashe. Trayvon Martin, born February 5th, 1995, died February 26, 2012. We say Ashe.